Hello, Connexit family. Welcome to Connexit onboarding session. So let's wait for audience to build. So I can see hello from North Carolina, USA. Hi Hogan. How are you doing? So let's wait for some more audience. I think only couple. So are we starting the right one? Yeah, doing well. Okay, Hogan. Yeah. So sure. Means like we're gonna check. Um, yes, I'll start sharing my screen. So make sure you can see me and you can see my screen. So please just type where you're from. So which place. So that will be easy for me to understand where you guys from. So let me know once you guys see the screen. So just message in chat. So probably you guys can say yes or something. So let me know once you guys can see my screen. I'll just start with the login screen. So welcome to Connexit onboarding session. So Connexit is an workflow automation tool, as you all guys know. So post all your questions I'll be happy to answer at the end of this session. So whatever question you will be having, so just post it accordingly. So I'll be happy to answer those questions at the end of the session. So make sure you guys use Q&A tab for that. So it will be easy for me. So yes, so I'll start with logging in. So previously, like you can actually do a sign up for your account. So just click on sign up and enter your email ID. So and just make sure you verify you are not a robot and click on continue. So and there will be an email link which will be provided into your account. So make sure you check another folders like spam or any other folder. So for if you are not received your link basically from Connexit. So even if you type forgot password, so you just need to make sure you check other folders as well. So every time, so we will be sending you a link whenever you actually sign up or you make a forgot password. So now right now I log into my account just using my credentials and click on. So once you log into Connexit, so you will be able to see an insightful dashboard. So which actually gives all basic analytics with your account. So basically, so it will going to show you how much of active connects or total connects you built. Connects is nothing but a workflows or use case you created. So it will show you what are your active connects and what are your inactive connects. So inactive connects are something which you actually making a pause or probably you make a switch off often connects. And also it shows you a latest apps, so which are the apps which is been added by our team. So you can able to see all those latest apps. So and also you can see the latest connects so which you guys actually built that is basically your workflows. And you can able to see the task consumed. This is the task. So and the total number of tasks available on that particular month, and this is a task you consumed on that particular month. So and you can have an like upgrade now button, so where you can actually upgrade. And also you will be having a chat icon over here, so where you can actually chat with our team support. So we'll be having a support team here. So you can start your conversation and you can always use help center doc, where you can able to see a lot of training videos and like a lot of articles have been written for Connexit. So basically even there are our YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and check for tutorials. So there are multiple different types of tutorials available inside our YouTube channel as well. So you can go and you can just view our channel over here in YouTube. So you'll be able to see lot many tutorials, everything inside Connexit. So let's jump on to the next tab, that is apps page. So this is the place where you could able to see all the list of the apps. We have like more than 500 plus apps, so which is being integrated inside Connexit. So you can able to see all the list. So there are two types of apps. Basically we have just divided or segmented into, those are the apps which you need to authorize, so we call that as authorized apps. And the apps which are you don't need to authorize, but you need to place the webhooks manually, so based on the instructions provided here like this. So you need to like this, we will call it as webhook apps. So this is where you have to place the webhooks manually. So but when you are using the authorized app, so you don't need to do that, so it will be done by automatically from the backend. So make sure you guys authorize the apps so before you create an use case. So I'll just show you how to authorize apps. There are two types of apps basically. So one is OAuth based authorization. So I'm going to show you how to authorize OAuth based, like apps like Facebook, Google Sheet, and Gmail. All this follows OAuth based authorization. You can always manage multiple accounts, so there is no limit for your accounts. So basically, you can see this. I am managing almost 5 accounts here. So there are no limit for accounts. So you can manage for all the apps, not only for Facebook lead ads. So you can manage multiple apps basically. So just need to click on add accounts. So this will redirect for, this is as it's an OAuth based authorization. So it will redirect for you for an OAuth page where you have to provide your credentials and give permission for Connexit to access your account. So this is an OAuth based authorization. So basically Facebook and Gmail and all those apps follow this particular OAuth based authorization. So and you have to click on continue. So I just all authorized it. So basically you are giving permission for Connexit for Facebook to authorize your account. So this is OAuth based authorization. And the second type of authorization is so basically it's an API key based authorization. So apps like Calendly or any other apps, so they actually use this type of authorization. Again, you can manage multiple accounts here. So this will go into ask for auth token or API key. So like this, so you just need to copy and paste the API key. Usually you will be finding this API key in the integrations page of that particular settings page. So just need to copy and paste those API keys. So and click on yes and continue. So this will going to authorize those apps inside Connexit. So these are the two ways to authorize your apps. So before creating a workflow, so now I'm going to show you how to build an workflow. So basically just going to take a use case of these two things, that is Facebook lead ads and Google Sheet. So I'll be building an use case. So whenever there is a new lead inside Facebook, so I'm going to capture those records and add those record inside Google Sheet. I'll be showing you that particular use case. So this is where all the magic happens. So this is the drawing board of Connexit. We can say this is the drawing canvas. So where just need to, you guys need to drag and drop the app. So right now I was just using Facebook lead ads as a trigger, and I will save the records inside Google Sheet. So now I will select Facebook lead ads, just drag and drop Facebook lead ads, and that's it. So once you've done that, so just need to choose your account. As I told, you can manage multiple accounts. So you can have an option to choose your account here. And here is where you will be getting a leads like triggers. So right now I'm just taking a new lead as my trigger. So whenever there is a new lead on my Facebook lead ads, so I'm going to take that as my trigger. So I'll be choosing the page and the lead form. So I'm just going to choose this as Connexit demo option and just hit on test and review. So once you hit this button, so this will going to tell you like fetch a sample record from Facebook lead ad, and it also it's a notification that your app is integrated successfully and Connexit is able to fetch the records from your app, basically your lead form successfully. So this will going to give you this particular plus icon is the where you can able to select the additional attributes like this. For example, like in the form you will be having phone number, email address, and like any other details. So you can able to select those thing in the additional attributes. So this particular apps additional attributes you can use it for your further automation. So this actually gets a trigger from Facebook lead ads. Now my off use case is done. So now I'm going to use Google Sheet. So this is my basically I'm just doing this Facebook lead ads to Google Sheet. So this is a use case I have taken. So now I'm going to drag and drop Google Sheet. So just go here and you can search for your respective app. So I just drag and drop the app. Again, you can manage multiple accounts. I just choose my account and choose the trigger. So Connexit basically support all this, uh, integration. So basically, you can actually create a spreadsheet and create worksheet, delete row. You can do all these actions. So right now for this particular use case, I'm going to take create spreadsheet row. So whenever there is a new lead inside my lead form, I'm just going to post that inside my Google Sheet that using create spreadsheet row option. So here I'm just choosing my spreadsheet and I'll be choosing the sheet. So I'll be choosing as demo and it will give me the form which you are there. So this is what my Google Sheet looks like. So this is my Google Sheet. So right now you can see this is with this particular data, and now I'm going to connect this records, just connect between the nodes. That's it. First name to first name, email to the email field. So phone number to the phone number. I'm just mapping it to particular Google Sheet. That's it. So once I hit on test and review, so I'm gonna get the record over here. So I already have one with the same record. So I think one more record will be created once I hit on test and review. So I just hit yes. You can see that data has been sent to Google Sheet, and again you will be getting an additional attributes. So this you can use it for your further automation. So basically this record will be added inside Google Sheet. So you can see that name, email ID, and the phone number will be added inside Google Sheet. So this is how basically you can connect Facebook lead ads to Google Sheet. So I'm going ahead and publishing this particular connect. So I just published the connects. So hope I'm not making you guys sleep, or like I'm making it you're actually interactive, or like you're loving this session. So just let me know on the chat. So this is how. So let's test now. Like now just we just published our connect. So now let's test our connect. So basically I go here. So this is my developer Facebook lead ad form. So I'm going to select that particular lead form. So I'm just let me check for any lead. So there is already a lead. So I'll just going to delete that lead and refill it again. Okay, I'll just refresh the form. Now I'm going to choose the form again and preview it. So now I'll select with other details, like I'll be using as, probably I'll use John Doe, and I'll just use as John Doe and keep the phone number as same, so I don't need to worry about that. So and next I will click on submit. So now I just fill out the form with the particular John Doe as an option. So as per our connect, so any new lead ads inside Facebook lead ads, so that will going to trigger a create spreadsheet row on Google Sheet. So now let us go to Google Sheet and wait for the record. So it will basically take a couple of minutes. So like 1 or 2 minutes of delay. So this is a delay we are using it for managing our loads. So basically within couple of minutes, so you will going to get a data, so that whichever we filled inside Facebook lead ads. So you can see this. So this is how you can connect Facebook lead ads to Google Sheet. So now we just finished about our Google Facebook lead ads to Google Sheet integration. Wasn't this simple, or is it too tough to create a connect by yourself? So let me know on this chat session. So I'll be happy to check that. So I'll be explaining you about the Connects tab. So meanwhile, so Connects tab, basically what it does is you can actually manage your folders. So you can organize all your connects. So basically, you can just create different folders and manage your connects. So, and you can actually create a new one as well. So like this, so create a folder, and you can actually pass on to whatever the connects you just build. So probably like right now I just build a connect, so I can actually select like multiple connects, and I can actually move to this particular folder. So you can see I just moved it to demo. So you can manage, basically you can organize all your connects. So you can see that. So you can pass on to multiple folders as well. So similarly, and you will be seeing all the connects, whatever the connects you just built, which will be available over here. So it will be for different purpose. So this is how you can manage all your connects, and even you can search for your connects as well. So now I'm gonna build one more connect with the webhook option. So right now I'm just shown you the use case where it will be like kind of like authorized apps. So all the Facebook lead ads and Google Sheet is an authorized apps. So now I'll show you how to connect an webhook app by placing an webhook manually. So for this use case, so I'm gonna take the use case as so PageMaker, so which is an lead generation form, like a website form. So I'm going to take that as my app, and PageMaker to probably like I'll just show you a PageMaker plus Gmail as an option. So I'll just send a notification to user using whenever there is a new lead inside PageMaker, I'll just send an email using Gmail. So probably I can use customize with NextWave, so which is again an AppSumo apps. All this PageMaker and NextWave, all AppSumo apps. So I just get a lead from PageMaker, and now I will customize, get a customized response using NextWave and send an email, basically notify my user using Gmail. So these three things I'm going to show you how to do that. So now just drag and drop, just search for your app, that is PageMaker. So I just selected PageMaker, drag and drop. As I told, you have to place a webhook manually. So just choose your trigger. I just chosen as configure webhook and copy this webhook URL. So you have to copy this webhook URL and paste inside based on the instructions provided here. So you can see this. So there is an instructions provided for capturing webhook response. So you have to paste according to this. So just go to PageMaker, and you have to click on this particular gear icon, that is integration tab. Once you click on this, you can have an option to add a new webhook like this, clicking on add new, and you can select connects it over here, and it will ask for the name and webhook URL. So I just added one. So you can see this. So there is already a name URL is placed. So I just going to replace that URL and click on update. So, and also make sure you will connect this URL, this particular thing to webhook to your form. So I just did that. So now I go to connect it and click on based on these instructions. So now I go to connect it and click on capture webhook response. So now this is a page maker, and this is my landing page. So basically on this page maker, so this is a form. So now I'm going to fill this particular form with my details. So I just use this details. and fill this form. So, and click on submit. So this will going to Connexit will be able to receive this record. So you can see this. So we just received a record from PageMaker. So once I click on capture webhook response, so this will go Connexit to capture the response from PageMaker. This is the one step, like you have to do it manually while creating your workflow. This is not a regular thing. Just one time you have to capture the response manually. So once it is done, so it is saying that my connection is unstable. So you guys can able to now, and my just let me know if you can able, because it's shown me as. So is that like, are you guys able to see my screen session? Okay, okay, yes. So maker, and for our use case, oh, I'm going to generate an customized response from next wave. So I we have a video where how you can create a template. So basically it generate a personalized image experience. So you can see this an image which it will be generated, and it gives a variables. Basically variable I can pass, and I can get an image like this for any of our user. So right now this all these three are variables. So basically I can have an option to fill. I'll just show you how to do to generate and personalized experience. So I'm just giving for my user. So I just typed as next view. So I'm gonna take next view as my app. So just drag and drop next view and choose my account. So I just choose an account again. So Connexit actually support all these actions. So you can actually create a video experience with the template, and you can so just see the chat. Okay, okay. So yes, you can create an image experience with the template. So I just chosen as image experience with my template, and choose my template as onboarding welcome. So that is what something it looks like, and it asks for username, company name, and phone number. So I just connect the username from the form which I received, and the phone number, and also company name. I just enter it manually, and it on test and review. So this will going to generate an personalized image for myself, so that I can able to find in this additional attributes. You can see that link, so which I generated from next view. So right now I just getting a lead from PageMaker, and getting a personalized experience in next view. And now I will use Connexit internal app, that is basically text formatter. So just to send an like message, so I'll just merge text and connect between the nodes. So just connect between my name and the link which I receiving it from next view, and I can use this using this particular @ symbol. So if you want to use text formatter, when whatever the nodes you connected, so when you click on @ symbol, so you will be able to choose those options. You can see I connected name and also the image link. So right now I got to this particular link. So I'm gonna use already kind of HTML template. So this is what I have it over here. So I'm gonna use this particular template. Basically, I just making my complete email body template ready. So I'm just I'm just selecting the name. So basically name, and also I'm just selecting the image. So basically the link which I generated from NextView, and rest all things will be the messages. So normal text message. So you have to click on validate. So this will going to validate your message. So basically, and you can able to send the same message using Gmail. So I'm gonna just drag and drop Gmail app. So make sure you guys authorize all these apps. So before you do it, so I'm gonna choose my account and choose the trigger as send email. So, and also make sure you choose this content type as HTML, because I've just used HTML content in text formatter. So, and just connect this to the subject, sorry, body. And then you can connect the email from PageMaker to the two option of Gmail, and I will just say as connect set onboarding demo. So this is what the entire use case look like. So I'm gonna click on test and review. So this will going to send an email to my Gmail address. So this is what this particular email Gmail. So I'll go here and check for my email. So you can see that. So there is a email which I received with this particular details. So it is saying with the customized subject line, that is Connexit onboarding demo. And it says the personalized response my name. So it is saying my name, and it's saying welcome to Connexit. And this is a image which I received from NextView. That is a personalized, you can it will say it with my name and with my phone number as well. So, and this is the couple of links which I provided, so for your further usage. So just I want every one of you to try this. I'm going ahead and publishing this connect. So basically what it does is, so meanwhile, I will also show you how to do that. So just I want everyone to try, I just made this as public. So you guys can go here and just in this particular link. So please go ahead and click on this link, and you can just fill out this form. So you will be able to receive this thing, means the email, so which I shown like this is a particular type of email. So you will be receiving it. So this type of email with these two links, that is one is with the form link and also the API model YouTube link. So please go ahead and fill that form. So meanwhile, I'll show you whenever, so once that is recorded, so I'll just show you guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill this with other details. For example, I'm gonna use this as port Rocky, and I'm try to change my number, and I'll use the same email ID. So just for reference purpose, and click on submit. So this will going to basically submit my form now. So now I'm gonna receive to the same email ID, but with the name changed to Bot Rocky. So I can go here and I can wait for my message. So basically as per our connect, so our connects look like this. So whenever there is a new lead inside PageMaker, so this will create a personalized experience in NextView, and it also formatted data inside using text formatter, and it will send an email using Gmail. So this is what our complete automation look like. So hope everyone filling the form. So make sure you guys filling the form, and make sure you guys actually like post your image over here in the chat, so I could able to show you guys. So hope you all receive the link. So please go ahead and fill the form, and I'll be waiting for the images. So let me wait for my email. So I think we should receive this. Let me refresh and fill it again. Yeah, we received this. So this email look like this. So you can see this, guys. So we have a couple of minutes till demo. Like it says hello bot Rocky, and it is saying with my personalized image and with the link as well. So similar type of email you will be receiving once you fill that particular form, which I've been shared to you guys. So let me know, guys. I think you are able to fill the form and you receive the like email. So you guys can receive the emails. So like, is it possible to fill the form? Okay, okay. Ogan is saying I got it. Okay, great. So yeah, you can post your image over here. Probably it will be helpful, Ogan. So in the chat you can post your image. So I think it looks like this. Probably I'll just try with my account. So I can just check in my sent email. So probably I could able to see that images as well. So I go here. So internet is so slow. Yeah, you can see this. So a couple of emails which has been sent. So one to David Matthews, and this image look like this, and one is okay Ogan. So you can see this, guys. So this is how you can send a personalized emails using Connexit. So this is a basic automation. So you have checked it. So that is like there are a couple of multiple use case you can build using this type of an automation. So also what I need to show is like it's all depend on your use case. So make sure you guys use Connexit internal apps. So as in this particular use case, I had used a text formatter. So those internal apps makes your use case most dynamic, and like most what we can call it as completely is in a different format. So this is what it is done. So now I will be showing you. So I just going to ask you guys a question that like, do you think you can able to integrate an app or build a workflow inside Connexit using any of your favorite apps, even if the apps are not integrated inside Connexit? Do you think it is possible? So the answer is yes, it is possible if they have an open webhook, and if they support an open API option. So you can able to integrate n different apps. So you can consider more than 1,000 2,000 apps. So using our webhook, generic webhook, and API or HTTP modules. So I'm going to show you how to do that. For example, consider I'll be using webhook like this. So basically you have to use this generic webhook option, and you have to follow the same step. Just copy the webhook URL and go to any of your app, and place the webhook URL on your app and click on capture webhook response. So this will going to send any app, so any data inside this using this generic webhook option. So I just we have this particular integration shown in any of an app. So I'll be showing you this app, how to integrate, even if the apps are not integrated inside Connexit, so you can just copy this and use it. So I'll just going to use a Postman right now. So just to show you guys, how we can actually send a response. So even if the apps are not integrated inside Connexit, so just click on capture webhook response and paste the copied URL into your respective, uh, like apps. So right now I'm just going to use Postman, and then post my record. So this will going to send a record inside to Connexit. So with all my details, so you can see that. So even if the apps are not integrated inside Connexit, so you can able to use a generic webhook option and you can send a data to Connexit. So basically, and also you can use this API or HTTP module, that is, our Connexit. What it actually does is, so using this API or HTTP module, so you can able to send and to any of an application which supports open API. So you don't need that application actually to be integrated inside Connexit. So we are happy to do so, but you can able to connect any of an app which supports API or HTTP, basically open API. So just use this API method. So you can, in this API method, so you can actually use, you can able to post data or you can get the data from those destination app, and you can put and delete the records. So right now I'm going to show you how to post the record. So I don't have anything handy. So basically you just need to paste the basically the endpoint URL which your app is providing, and you have to set the parameters. So parameters are something like this: header and like body. So I'm going to show you the WooCommerce one. So WooCommerce, so basically actually gives like for any of the APIs. So consider I will be using, so this any API that is in coupon. So I'll just use the API as create a coupon. So here you can see this is an endpoint URL which your domain name. So you have to copy this and paste inside the endpoint URL inside Connexit. And this is a header and parameters. So where header are the headers, so it will be shown here. So you can see the header, it is giving an option to paste your content type. So just copy this and paste here content type, and also you can paste like something like this API key, and the body parameters like name or maybe probably like email. So all these things you can paste it like this and click on OK. So that will be available like this here. And just need to, you can even just drag and drop connect between the nodes like this. And also you can even enter manually also like this. So this is how you can actually send a data into this particular API module. I had actually in the email which I shared it to you guys. So I had given the link of my YouTube where the API module is explained the complete tutorial. So you can check for more details on this particular video. So you will be able to see this particular API module, which is very dynamic in nature. And even if the apps are not integrated, you guys can integrate it using this API module. And if it is a webhook enabled, so you can always capture the webhook response using this generic webhook options. Hope you guys like this two of an module. If you have any questions on this, please drop us in the Q&A session. I'll be happy to answer. So now, hope I'm not making you guys bored. So just let me know if everything is going good. Okay, I'll going to answer all your questions. So yeah, so just I'll be answering all your questions at the end of this session. So hope you guys liking this session. So now I am going to tell you more about our internal apps. Basically, so whatever the formatters, coupon generators. So I'll just show you one of coupon generator use case, and then I will possibly try to explain this. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this particular use case of where I just used coupon generator. So coupon generator is an internal app of Connexit. So you can see this. So right now what I'm doing over here is, so I just, whenever there is an new lead or participant inside my viral campaign, that is viral loop. So I'm going to take that particular data and use the coupon generator, which is an internal app inside Connexit. So I'm going to show you how to use that as well. So generate a coupon code, that is an unique coupon code inside Connexit, and actually storing the record inside Google Sheet. And also you can see I just created that, but using that particular coupon, I just created a coupon inside my WooCommerce store. So this is something I am doing it, that is with the 20% discount on this particular coupon. So, and I'm just sending a message with that particular coupon code using my text formatter. So you can see this with the coupon code. So basically whenever user actually register inside my viral campaign, so I'm just using two internal apps here. That is, one is coupon generator to generate a unique coupon code, and I'm just sending an formatter, text formatter. So basically using this option, using the text formatters to format the body response using the customized variables which is being connected. So basically I'm modifying the data and just sending the record to using the my email. So this is one of the use case. So basically you can use Connexit internal apps. So I'll be showing you what are the different types of internal apps we basically have. So I'll show that. So I'll go here itself and I'll try to show you guys different types of internal apps and what and all things you can use and modify this. So I'll just click on capture response and send the record again. Okay, so I just received the record and now I will use, so I was explaining you about coupon generator. So I'll show you how to use coupon generator. Basically, it will be available in add-on apps at the end. So I'll use coupon generator now to show you guys how it actually works. So just select the event as generate coupon and prefix with my name. So it's an optional again. So, and you can choose any days, like for example, if I want to choose 3 months, days or week or month, so you can just select this. So this will going to give me entire thing. So, and also I can select the coupon length. So basically, you can select the length of your coupon. So I can select 10 or 15 maybe. So, and generate a coupon. So this will give me coupon code, which is an unique code. You can see that with prefixed with my name and it with a unique coupon code. And also it gives me an expiry date 3 months after, like whichever the date which I selected, so that you can keep the expiry date as well inside. This is how you can use coupon generator inside Connexit. So basically you guys can see this. So now this is one of the internal apps, and as per the use case, so you can use it for any of the dynamic use cases. So right now I'm going to show you, there are a couple more other internal apps. So basically, so these are the apps. So that is number formatter. So I'm going to show you how to use number formatter. There is text formatter. There is even a very good condition app where you can segment the data. So I'll show you number formatter where you can perform all these actions. So you can basically format phone number, or you can format currency, format number, or perform mathematical operations using these formatters. So I'm going to choose a format phone number option now, and I'm going to show you how to format the record. So I'll show you right now. I received in this particular format. So what I do is, so you know that WhatsApp actually supports in different format. So that is with no symbol. So but basically I have a plus symbol here. So you can see in this number. So now I don't need a symbol. So I'll just select this particular no symbol as option. So I'll just choose this and select the country code. So this is also again an optional. So even if you are not selected, so it will just remove the symbol. So let me try adding it as India. So or you even I can leave it like that. So now I will connect these two here and make sure you click on this @ symbol and choose the variable, whatever the variable you connected the node. So you have to click on @ and you have to select that node. Once you did that, so this will going to remove this plus icon in this phone number. So I just click on validate. Yes, now it is been validated, and I can show you this record inside. Probably I will use Google Sheet to display this records. So I'll just choose the Google Sheet. So, and I can just, so just choose this and just add this particular coupon length to last name and phone number to the phone number, and just click on test and review. So this will going to add a record inside my Google Sheet. So let me go to Google Sheet. So you can see this. So there is an coupon code, and you can see this the phone number, but it actually removed the plus symbol. So this is how you can use Connexit internal apps. So there are lot many internal apps inside Connexit like this. So there is a date formatter where you can actually format a date. So basically you can see there is a date here. So I'm going to use now a date formatter. So just select the date formatter and choose a different option. So right now you can see year, month, and date. So I'll just choose format date, or okay. So I'm going to choose add or subtract time. So just going to change the date, and I'm going to choose a format. So that is right now it is in year, month, and date. So I'm going to choose a different format, basically month, date, and year. So I'm going to redo the format. I choose that, and I'll be selecting the date and select the date, and add or subtract time. So ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, add or plus 2 na. Okay, so I'm going to add to that particular date. So I just validate. So this will going to add plus 2 days. Okay, sorry, I just need to mention as days. So this will going to add 2 days inside my date formatter. So I'm going to do that. So once this has been added, so this basically, so I think we should add it here. So let me change the date formatter. Okay, I'll choose the option as format date. So and choose the format as right now it is year, month, and date. So I'm going to choose a different format, that is month, date, and year. I'll be choosing this particular format, and time zone, I just choose any other time zone. So I just use connect the date here and select the date and click on validate. So some problem it is happening. So basically you have to do using the date formatter, something like this. So I go to check whatever the problem it is there. So and So this is how you can actually use internal options, internal add-on apps inside Connexit to do all these options and make your use case more robust. So there is one more option, that is conditions app. So I'm going to show you how to use conditions. So basically condition app is a very powerful app. So you can actually segment the record using conditions. So basically I'm going to show you how we can do that with an example. So just basically, so I'll just go back and I'll just show you one of the use case which I built, so you guys will get better idea of it. So I'm gonna select condition. Okay. Okay, so there was a demo which I just recently did a video on. So I'm gonna take that particular option. So you can see this. So what I was doing here is, so whenever there is a sales happen inside Studio Cart, so I am just going to take that as my example and store the record inside Mautic, so which is an email automation tool. So and then I am using condition app. So basically what I am doing in condition is, so I'm just selecting the order status, so which I connected from Mautic. So you can see this. So this I selected from order status of Studio Cart. So I'm just using that as my condition. So condition, basically I can check like order status and I can see all these options. So basically I'm just selecting whether it is equal to refunded. So whenever there is a refunded, even I can actually add multiple conditions as well. So with and or options. So basically you can select a different type of conditions. So if you have multiple conditions, so you can do this. So basically I just selected as order status. If it is refunded, so what I'm doing that is I'm just creating an selecting a record and adding them to a different kind of a segment. So adding those record, if it is refunded, I'm adding it into a different segments. So basically different contact list. So this is how you can use conditions app. So which is a very helpful for segmenting your records inside Connexit. So conditions is app is an very powerful app, we can say. So likewise, so there are a lot of internal apps so you can use to make your connects more robust. So now let's jump on to the history tab. So if you have any questions, please drop in the Q&A session. I'll be happy to answer. So in the history tab, so you will be able to see what are your success, connects and what is the error connects. And in the success connect, so it will be showing you, what are the different type of tasks, how many tasks which is being used, getting used for your particular integration. So I'll just explain with this example which we recently built. So where I just taken PageMaker and I use text formatter and I use Gmail and also I use NextView to get a customized image link, but it only consumes 3 tasks. So why? Because we are not counting the initial trigger, that is basically our first app. So in this case it is PageMaker, so we are not counting PageMaker because it is an first trigger, so we are not counting the trigger, but we do count the internal apps. So you can see that. So NextView is like where we generated an image link is counting as one task. So and text formatter, as I mentioned, we are counting an internal task as operations. So text formatter we are counting it as like one task. And Gmail, so basically whenever there is a new lead generated, so we are actually counting this task as a 3 tasks. So whenever there is a new lead, so it consumes actually 3 tasks, so for basically to perform the record. So you can see, and you can see for Facebook first example on Facebook lead ads Google Sheet, it only consumes one task because we are not counting Facebook lead ad, that is our first initial app as trigger. So we are only sending data to Google Sheet, so it only consumes one single task. So whenever there is a new lead in Facebook lead ad, it consumes only one single task. So let me know if you have any questions on task or operations, so I'll be happy to answer this particular, everything you will see in your history tab. So all your basically the latest all the tasks will be say seen here, so you can able to check it out over here. So now we'll go to our account tab. So account tab, basically, you manage all your account, like, you can change your passwords, and you can edit or update your account. So basically the name and the company name. The good thing about Connexit is you can actually able to use it in different language. So whichever the language you are comfortable with, you can choose that language, and you can start using Connexit in that particular language. Even if your language is not shown in this option, just make sure you request us, so we'll be happy to add all your languages inside Connexit, so that you can start using it. So right now you can see I just changed it to Chinese, so we can start using our app in Chinese as well. So this is how we support multiple different language inside Connexit. So you can able to choose from this option, so you can request any of your favorite language, so we'll be happy to add those language as well. So, and inside the billing option, so this is where you can go ahead and redeem your code. So whatever the code you are getting, basically from any marketplace like AppSumo, so you can able to enter those code over here and click on apply code, and that is when your code will be applied to your account. And this particular page shows your which plan you are in, whether you are in agency plan, or you are in free plan, pro plan, or team plan. So this you can able to choose the options over here. And the thing is, like, you can always see your expiry date of your particular plan over here. So this is how you can manage your billing session. So inside managing or redeeming your coupon code. And the agency tab, so basically it is in very pre-beta stage. So right now we are not given multiple option, we are actually adding multiple options over here. So at this moment we only give where you can add a sub account, and you can assign a task. For example, I can add any account like this, and I can provide an email ID, and I can assign a task, for example. So I can assign any number of tasks, and I can click on add. So this will going to add a record inside my particular, basically send an invite link to this particular email address. And also it adds a task inside like inside this account. So we are actually giving multiple other options for agency module. Right now it is in pre-beta stage. So this is how you can manage your agency or even team. Also it comes under the same plan. So get help, as I shown already shown. So this is all about Connexit. So now it's time for Q&A session. I will be happy to answer all your questions. I'm going to stop share my screen. So now it's time to answer all your questions. I'll be happy to answer. I know, like, there are a lot of questions, so you guys can start posting multiple questions as well. It will be good if you can use this Q&A tab. I don't see any questions in Q&A. Okay, so okay, that's fine. Right now I'll go to chat, and I will be seeing you all questions on the chat session itself. So let me go and take okay, so let me take the chat questions. Okay, so I'll start from the beginning. So Ogan says that doing well, but can't log into my system yet. Yeah, Ogan. So make sure like, you can click on forget password, and you will be getting a link inside your email. So if you didn't find it in inbox, please make sure you check your like spam folder as well for that link. Definitely you will be getting a link. If you are not getting it, so please reach out to our support in the chat, so they'll be having a direct access, and they will be able to help you with your email ID. okay, when I get username and password invalid, if I change password, I still get the message. Yeah, as I told, you will get a link, so you can able to log in through that particular link. So make sure you check other phone as well. Sound is interrupted. Sorry for if I miss out any sound. Your voice is breaking up. Yeah, screen, yes. So I would like to use my domain email and not the Gmail. Can I get to manage that? Yes, Nicole, basically, yes, you can do that. So there is a SMTP module. So you can go to SMTP module and you can actually use it. And you can see that you received it in my own domain, that is connexit.com. So basically I am using G Suite. So, if you're using G Suite, there is no issue. You can just integrate that. We are having even Zoho Mail also. Zoho Mail, even you can use your custom domain. So basically we have Zoho Mail as app as well. And you can use your custom domain using SMTP module. So basically you just need to provide all your host details and you can send an email from your custom domain. Okay, I just given a link. I got it. I got the image. Great, great, great. Works. Got it. Just Nikhil. Okay, so it asks, what does it mean when it says I cannot connect to the webhook response? Okay, so means you, if you're not connecting to the webhook response, that means it is not actually receiving any data from your respected app. So basically, you just need to place and make sure you receive a data properly. Sometimes it might go to an it's based on a cache issue, it might goes to an infinite loop. So make sure you just delete that app and just make a hard refresh and you can just connect it. Probably you can able to do it. So basically cannot connect to webhook response means so you're not receiving a data from your wherever you place the webhook URL from. So I hope that answers your questions. If not, please you can just type a message here. I'll be happy to answer. So you guys rock. Glad I purchased from AppSumo. Will be moving from Zapier shortly. Thanks, David. Thanks. I have to run. Thank you for the demo. Thanks, David. So if you have any other questions, so please drop me an email, or you can even just reach out to in our Facebook community as well. So we are very active over there, and also you can always send an email to support@connexit.com. So we'll be happy to answer. So yes, I just need to make sure I had already sent a link to you guys. So about in when whoever fill the form. So if not, so just we are actually running a campaign where your first connect is on us. So I just given a link, Google Form link over here. So just you guys can go there and just grab that link. So basically you just fill that link, so we will be able to help you to build your first connect. So you don't worry, even if you're not able to do it, so we'll be happy to help. So just we'll go ahead and we'll just start filling that form. So start building a connect for you. So just fill the form, which is a Google form, so that our team will going to reach you guys. And even you can request, even if the apps are not integrated, so you can request your apps as well. So we'll be happy to integrate that app and build your first connect with for us. So you just go ahead and fill the form, so we'll be able to do it. I'm still unable to log in. Can you get me in? Not able to log in. Ogan, so you can just reach out to our support. I think you could able to do it. So I'll just share your email ID to my support team as well. So I'll just do it right now. So I'll just make sure you click on forgot password. So or else I'll try to reach out to you personally as well to help you log in. So I'll just add your email ID to my support team. So yes, I did it. Okay. So yes. So is there a place to draw proper documentation so that I can hand off these workflows and let employees set up these integrations? Yes, for your first questions, yes, we do have a lot of tutorials on our YouTube channel. Just you can go ahead and like we have 100 plus tutorials over there, so you can always watch it. And also you can just go and click on docs icon on connect it, so where you will be able to see all the docs. That is like we have like more than 100 plus articles so written on our internal apps. And we are coming up with one more actually a course kind of a thing, which is LMS kind of a thing. So that will also going to help you guys with lot more details. So at this moment we have two options, that is our YouTube tutorials and docs channel, docs tabs. So you can go ahead and check over there, and always you can fill your first connect is on us. So we'll be happy to help you on that first particular connect. So second question, if something breaks like a change in API or something in a multiple step workflow, is there any easy way to troubleshoot or identify exactly what and why it is breaking, how to fix it? Yes, this is what something even we are trying to improvise our current notification thing as well. So we are in discussion with our team, so we are going to add this particular more information, whatever the information we are receiving it from, because it majority depends on the destination app. So yes, we will definitely make sure we are sending an error notifications as well. And right now we are going to improvising our error notifications. So yes, definitely this is what something you can do it once on our latest next release probably. Okay, Jason is saying, so not sure why if there is a two apps, so one trigger and one move of data, and why that's one task. But when I do the same thing with three apps, the first is the trigger, and why does that become three tasks instead of just two tasks? So I think, Jason, it will be never become a three task. Maybe you are using an internal app. So basically we are not going to count our first app, so that is our trigger. So sometimes what will happen, like if you delete number of times, so there will be a cache, and that app will also be counted. So make sure whatever the apps you are using, so for example, if you are using only two apps or three apps, so make sure only that app. And you can go to task history page. I'll just share my screen again so that you can check it. I'll just share the screen, and you can see the task history tab. So basically, it will going to give you this option like this. So where you can able to see where the apps are you're consuming. For example, see here the three tasks is consuming. It is saying one is SendFox, NextView, and text formatter. So basically, you will be getting it to know which app is going to consider that number of tasks. So this is a one task, and you can see there's two tasks and three tasks. So go to your history tab, and please do check it for your complete history. So you will be able to see why you are actually you are receiving that four task. So that is something you can able to check it. Okay, I think that answer your question, Jason. So if you have any other questions, so do let me know. So Nate is saying very helpful, thank you guys. So we are happy to help, and we wanted you guys to achieve. So basically, it does not mean that like you purchase an app and you guys keep it with on a shelf. So we don't want that to do it. So that's the reason we are coming up with multiple use case videos each every week, so you can able to see one or two videos for sure. And also that will be a training videos. And also we are coming up with multiple like the kind of an like LMS, where you can able to register for that particular course, and you can able to learn. And this is a campaign where this is where you are first connect on us. So this is a campaign we are doing just to make sure that you actually use our tool. So that's a motto. So that's the reason we are going one step ahead, and we want every one of you guys to use our tools. So that is the reason. So we are doing multiple campaigns like this. So will this session be available to watch later? Yeah, Abhi, like what I do is we are recording this every session, so I'll tell my team to probably email this session link to you guys. So I'll do that. I'll try tell my team to do the same thing. So Nicole is saying thanks, and I just added that particular link where you can fill out. So Jason is saying, so it's an app specific. Yes, Jason. So whatever the task which has been getting counted, so all the external requests, that is an external app. So that is as counted as task, and whatever the internal apps like text formatters, all these formatters or conditions apps. So those count as an operation. So basically consider your first app, and the rest, all the apps which are there after your first app, will be counted as one single task. So any plans to have a certification program or a referral resource for the people in your community that need help you using your tool? Yes, definitely, Jason. So we are, in plans to launch our affiliate program. So definitely we are going to announce it very soon. So we are having a discussion with our team. So, and I will be keeping you posted in our community, and we'll email you guys as well. So on the referral program and the affiliate programs as well. The certification is something, yes, we are planning. As I told, we are launching the course structures. So this is very in beta stage, in a beta discussion. So probably once we get a concrete plan on that particular stuff, so we'll going to keep you posted on certification thing. It would be nice to copy and to import is it on the roadmap. Yes, Nicole. So that we call it as a template feature. So where you can actually, once I create a template, I could able to just share the template with all my other probably users of Connexit. So this is will be there. Definitely we will be able to do it. So once the template feature is in live, so this is already in roadmap. Yes, definitely. So yes, guys, I don't see any other questions. So just let me know if you guys have any questions. We'll be happy to help. So Jason is asking for time frame for those things, affiliate program or certificate Q1 next year. Yes, I think within the quarter 1. So probably we'll be launching those things. So after our AppSumo campaign, so still we are in AppSumo. So after that campaign, so probably we'll be launching that affiliate program and certifications. Cheers, Jason. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be happy to answer, or else I think it's been 1 hour past, so we can wrap up this session. So thank you guys. Thank you all for making this session. Hope you got more insights about Connexit, and I would love to see all you guys create your connects, and I will be happy to take a one-to-one call if you guys missing anything. So I'll just share my calendar link here. So basically you can just block my calendar for if you guys still need more like information or any particular such. So this is my calendar link, so you can block a session, so I'll be happy to jump on a call and happy to answer all your questions. So thank you guys, thanks for your time. So have a great day. Thank you.